You really never see that out of a kid that was in high school, go from quarterback to tight end to right tackle. It's something you rarely ever see or you never see, but the transformation, it's just been humbling to me. Getting to touch the ball every play, getting to get your name in the paper, getting all the glory and stuff like that, to nobody really knowing who you are, what you do, and the grind that you put in. And right now, I've seen kind of both sides of the spectrum of a quarterback yelling at his O-line, which I did in high school, I'll admit, and now getting yelled at now as our quarterback. Like, if we don't do something right, we're going to get yelled at. But it's definitely humbled me a lot. It's taught me a lot, and like just in everyday life and just in football. So I'm actually glad I made the transformation just to see both sides, and I'm just going to keep running with it. It's actually helped a lot. You see different things that, some people might not get to see, or what they see is what I see. As a quarterback in high school, you're trying to read coverages and you're looking for a point call, you're looking for blitzes. And as an O-lineman, seeing it from up front, it actually helps a lot, and it's actually a little easier because, you see dudes coming off the edge, you can see which way people are leaning and stuff like that. And, I think that's why I feel like I've been so successful with it, or just what I've been able to do in the past and what I've seen is I kind of just carried over to being an O-lineman. All right, absolutely, and just as an O-line, you got to be one. You have to play together, and you have to bond together, because if you don't know what your guy next to you is doing, you guys could be on different pages and things aren't going to go well. We always talk about the offense starts up front with us, and if we're not on point up front, then our offense isn't going to do very well. So to be on point and to just be very tough, or just be very tough up front, and just keep doing what you're doing. And if you're not on one point, like I said, then our offense is going to do very well, and I think we're doing very well with that right now. Having a veteran O-line is it's very key, and it makes just teaching the younger ones so much easier. With Alex Molick and Vitali Gurman and Rizzo, just with the two starting guards we have now, Pasternak and Schreiner, it's just we can do things a little different because we've been through the process. We've been through the grind. We've seen stuff that they haven't seen before because they haven't got that college experience yet, which it helps out a lot, because as Coach Gore always said, this is your O-line, and you have it the way you want it to be. So for them, if they need a question or like they just need help on anything, it helps a lot, just because us three and us four have just been up front all along, and we have just so much experience up front. If you ask Fletch, the greatest thing about Fletch is he's such a humbling kid, and every time he had a big game or he rushed for this and he rushed for over 2,000 yards and stuff like that, he always mentions his own line. As an O-line, it's you have respect for a running back that can do that, and if he acknowledges you guys and he knows the hard work we're putting in, and just to get that recognition as an O-lineman, because like I said, we don't get all the glory now, because you do the dirty work. You're gonna fight up front. You're gonna talk dirty to each other. But for Fletch to give us that recognition and for him to get that, it's an honor for us, and we hope to continue that this year. For me, it's probably been Marcus Martin. Right now, he's with the Rams, and he is an NFL kid. He's big, he's strong, he's quick. I would admit he was a very tough kid to block, but I think we did very well against him, and I think the biggest thing is it showed us that we can block anybody if you put your mind to it, or just using your technique that Coach Corey and Coach Hughes have showed us. It's just you can do anything you put your mind to, and I think that's what we did. It was an experience that I'll never forget. I love the game of basketball. I grew up around it ever since I was little. I think my mom always said, well, ever since I was born, I was back in the gym right with her because she was a coach and stuff like that. But just getting that option to play basketball again and, you know, do something that I love and just to contribute the way I did for the team the last year. It was amazing, and, you know, I don't regret that decision at all playing. It made me feel, it felt good. I felt good inside to be a two-sport athlete and try, you know, succeed in both. And, you know, I couldn't do that without my friends and family around me and, you know, my coaches supporting me in my decision. You know, there was some ups and downs to it, playing basketball and stuff like that, but, you know, it was everybody supporting me. As you could see, some of the guys up in the stands and stuff like that during home games, which, you know, I thrive off of that. When you see your friends up there just cheering you on and chanting your name and stuff like that, you know, it gives you a good feeling, and I'm glad I did. I think the biggest thing was the conditioning part. You know, not many people think, nobody really knows that football conditioning, basketball conditioning are two different things. And, you know, I learned that the hard way this past year, because in high school, yeah, I was always the biggest kid. I can transfer from football to basketball like that, but college is a whole different experience. I was one of the smallest dudes on the floor every game we played, and, you know, I was perfectly okay with that. I think the biggest thing is my physicality and just what my body did, and just the physical aspect. I think I carried that over from football to basketball, and I think that's what helped me and be so successful, just because, you know, you're going to know that I'm guarding you, because yeah, I wasn't the smallest dude on the floor, but I was definitely one of the strongest, and I think that's what helped me be so successful, and you know, I'm actually glad it happened. I honestly think it has. Just the footwork, and my footwork was actually pretty good before I even started playing football and basketball and stuff like that, but just the movement you do in basketball and the movement you do in football, it counteracts each other. And I think playing football made me a great basketball player, and being a basketball player made me a great football player. And, you know, just the physical aspect and the conditioning, and just, you know, just being humble and taking everything in stride, and, you know, just being a great athlete, trying to be a great athlete, and just running with it actually just really helped a lot. Just trying to finish out this senior year on top for football, and, you know, trying to get Fletch back onto Fletch to number one on the rushing list, trying to get a PSAC title, and, you know, I'd love to go to a national championship. And for basketball, probably the same as last year. We'll just take it in stride, see how football goes, but you know, there's probably a good chance I will play again, but time will tell.